Hi everyone, so today our group gonna present to you guys about what is the importance of pH level on plant growth.
There's a lot of factors that affect the growth rate of plants. Some of the main ones are sunlight, water, and air. In this experiment, we will explore another factor that affects plants' growth rate, which is the pH level of the plant's environment. The purpose of this is to see whether the pH concentration effect is significant to plants' growth rate. From the experiment, we could learn how to adjust the pH level properly for our plants to grow at their best. The main research question that we will answer as we go along in the experiment is, do plants' growth differs in different pH environment? And to answer this question, we will use bean sprout as our experiment.
Hypothesis. We predict that pH level will play a significant role in plants' growing journey. As we all know, there's acidic environment and basic environment. Like everything else, plants varies from structure to function, so they'll have different ideal conditions to grow. And here is the material.
Next part is the procedure of our experiment. We have decided to grow bean sprout in different pH water environments to see pH effect on the plant growth. Our constant variable include the type of seed, amount of water droplets, and amount of light and air. For independent variable, we will change the pH level of the solution, and the dependent variable is the length of the stem. The next part is the 6 steps of our experiment. On the first step, we'll start by soaking the seed in water overnight in order for it to grow easier. On step 2, we'll be preparing the solution. You have to fill a cup with distilled water and another cup with pure lime juice. We need to make sure to use different pipettes for each of the cups. Second part of step 2, we'll put droplets of lime juice into the distilled water. After that, we use pH paper to test if you got the pH you want. If yes, you can move on to the next part. If not, you continue adding more droplets. You'll keep on repeating the process until you've got all the different pH level solutions you need. In this experiment, we use the pH from 3 to 7. On to step 3, we'll pick out the seed from the ones we have soaked in water overnight and a paper towel. We'll grab the seed inside a paper towel and take that paper towel and put it in a Ziploc bag. In step 4, we'll use a pipette to add the pH solution to the correct bag. We have to make sure that the paper towel is truly damped and not saturated. And you will have to repeat the same step until you got 3 bags for each pH, or you can do more to increase the accuracy. When we're finished step 4 and on to step 5, we will take off our bags and place them in a dark and warm place. In the next experiment, we'll put it in a cupboard. Step 6, or our last step, we will take the bags out and measure the length of the stem after a few days. This really depends on how fast your seed grow in general. So bean sprout grow quite quickly, so we measure it after 4 days.
This is the result of the experiment after 4 days. Plants that grow in an environment with the pH concentration of 3 has an average height of 11.83 centimeters. The average height for pH 4 is 7.3 centimeters. For pH 5, it's 4.53 centimeters. For pH 6, it's 4.3 centimeters. And lastly, for pH 7, it's 5.2 centimeters. To wrap up the experiment, this is our conclusion. Based on the stem's length, we can interpret that the seed growth rate is different in each pH environment. In some environment, they grow really long, like pH 3 and pH 4. But in some, they don't grow that much or didn't even grow at all. So from this, we can conclude that pH level of the environment in which plants grow in have a big effect on plants' growth. Our hypothesis at the beginning was correct. pH level does have a significant role in plants' growing journey. Finally, these are the few things from the experiment that we could apply in our daily life. We learned that when planting new crop, we should do a research or an experiment to find its preferred pH in order to increase crop yield. Not only could you increase crop production, you could also avoid having a bad harvest because of them planting in an environment with unsuitable pH level.